Hello, this is Blue Diamond Coasters, and happy National Roller Coaster Day, or at least at the time I'm filming this, it's National Roller Coaster Day. Today is the day that all of us enthusiasts tend to go out to parks and ride roller coasters to celebrate. Unfortunately, right now I'm kind of stuck here in Delaware, and we don't have any coasters in the whole state, but I still wanted to go to a park today, so I decided to spend my day at Funland, which is Delaware's only amusement park. It is very small. I mean, here's the end of it, and down there's the other end. So it doesn't have any coasters, but it has a few flat rides. It also has a really cool Haunted Mansion dark ride, which I've done before, but I'm gonna head on in again. And overall, just spend a nice few hours here and also just, enjoy the beach right here. So let's head on in and get on some rides.
So if you haven't been to Funland before, like I said, it's a very small park. It's pretty much like probably one of the smallest parks. It's so small, in fact, it doesn't even have an RCDB link. It has a log ride thing, but not RCDB, because, like I said, it doesn't have any coasters. But it has a few flat rides, half of which are indoors, actually. I will say, if you've been to Gillian's Wonderland in Ocean City, New Jersey, this is kind of like a smaller version of that. I remember when I went there, it gave me a lot of Funland vibes, so if you've been there, you kind of know what to expect here. And in terms of location, it is right on kind of the southern side of the Rehoboth Beach boardwalk, right alongside the Atlantic Ocean here in Delaware. So let's head on in Delaware's one and only amusement park. One unique thing about the Haunted Mansion at Funland is that it doesn't usually open until later in the day. And I remember for a while it wouldn't open until like 6 p.m. I guess they started moving it up till 5. I'll probably stay here until 5. I just got some tickets to do a few rides since their wristbands are only good between 1 and 4:30. Now the park didn't open until 1, at least the rides didn't open until 1. That still feels kind of short, like only 3 hours to use your unlimited wristband. But yeah, Haunted Mansion I've done before is really nice, but I think we'll actually start out with the bumper cars right here. Alright, just for the bumper cars, those are actually pretty fun. One thing to note, you can actually drift on these cars, kind of. I mean, not as much as Carnival's, but definitely more than Hershey's. And, I mean, one other thing is, like, the inside, you have to go kind of one way around, and the inside is just, like, 3 tires. So, you can make, like, a really just kind of, like, small loop around. I mean, I always made fun of fender benders basically being Baby Park in real life from Mario Kart, but this, I think, is even more Baby Park. Anyway, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I know I definitely want to try Gravitron because I have actually never done a Gravitron before, ever. I think Teacups doesn't have that long a line, so let's just head on that right now. Got off. A few things learned. One, they're not called the teacups, they're called the Crazy Daisies. I can tell it's been here a while. And I also learned that this is actually a PTC ride. There's only a few that are actually still around. You know, it's a rare ride when the most popular version of this is at Carnival. But I think there's a few other places where it's at. But overall, pretty fun ride. About to do Sea Dragon. It's coming to an end right now, but one thing I love about this ride, so kind of show it over. You can see the pirate ship swings right over to there. Right there is some guy's house. Like, I'm not sure if it's like attached to or like the owners live there, but man, imagine living in like those rooms right there, just looking out to the park and seeing the ship constantly swinging by your room all day. Miss right there. Sea Dragon was alright, but now it's on to Free Spin. No, not those SNS Free Spin. I'm pretty sure it's actually like an SBF Visa ride. This is actually the newest ride. They used to have another drop tower here that I've done a few times before. But this one, the tower and the vehicle actually spin. Originally it was just like a non-spinning, but this one spins, so it's a cool upgrade. But let's head on and ride. I stand corrected, this ride is actually not made by SBF, it's made by Moser. Let me just look up what else they've done.
Oh boy. Free spin was fun, pretty decent drop tower, but time to do the classic carousel. Carousel was fun. It's no Carnival's carousel, obviously, or probably even Hershey carousel, but still a good one. Next I'm going to do this ride here, Cruisers. I have never done this before. I thought it was a kiddie ride at first, but then I can see adults are on it, and I don't know. Looks kind of like a Himalaya, but instead of normal cars, it's, you know, actual cars.
Cruisers are actually pretty fun. It just kind of felt like a Himalaya or one of those types of rides. But I think I'm gonna end off on these two rides here that I haven't done before. First one being Super Flip 360. I actually replaced an older ride here. It's just called Super Flip. So yeah, that's two rides that they just kind of replaced with slightly different versions of the ride before. did Super Flip 360. That actually wasn't that bad. And one really cool aspect about it is when you're kind of upside down way up there and looking that way, you just see the entire ocean upside down. Now all that's left to do here is Gravitron, which once I do it, that'll be my first ever Gravitron ride I've ever done. Although I do want to space out the spinning rides a bit, so I might as well try out some classic skee-ball over here. And it doesn't give out tickets like all the other arcade games. It actually just gives out its own prizes. So depending on what score you get, you have a selection of prizes. So let's give it a shot. Up for a small prize, and the small prize is this small octopus squid thing. I guess it's kind of cute. Okay, time to experience my first Gravitron, and from listening to it, here's also a bit of Cosmotron in it because it plays different music inside. So let's see what a Gravitron really feels like. Alrighty, did my first ever Gravitron, and that was definitely interesting. Still kind of recovering a bit from it. Yeah, definitely like a really weird feeling for a ride. Just be like pinned up against the wall. I didn't go sideways, but there were a bunch of kids next to me like going sideways. I started just like pumping out like I was lifting weights because it felt like you were lifting weights if you were pushing your arms out just because of the forces. Yeah, definitely like a really weird ride, cool ride, but not sure if I would do one again, especially at like a carnival. Like I like these that are like permanent installations, not really like the transporting ones that you see at like fairs and carnivals and things like that. And it's not even 5 o'clock yet, but there's already a line forming for the Haunted Mansion. People just waiting for it to open. So definitely looking forward to getting back on this. One interesting thing is this is a one-of-a-kind ride system. It's the only one that there is, kind of like a suspended Haunted Mansion. And I know once a year they do like an ACE event where they actually do like a behind-the-scenes tour of this. I wasn't able to make it this year, so hopefully one day I'll be able to do this because that would just be a really cool experience. Also just doing an ACE event at my home park, which is only a few minutes away from where I live. So in a few minutes they'll open the ride and the line will start moving and we'll be getting on the Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion. It's a really great dark ride. Definitely the best ride here. A lot of like really cool effects and a lot of skeletons. I think you might as well just call this Mr. Bones Wild Ride.
So that just about does it for my little afternoon here at Funland Rehoboth Beach. Overall, it's a small park, but it's got some decent rides here and there, especially Haunted Mansion. And if you're ever vacationing here in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, I definitely recommend spending a few hours here. Well, this is roller coaster day. I should at least ride one roller coaster today. Where can I find a good roller coaster here in the Delmarva Peninsula that isn't Ocean City? I know. So I'm now on the other side of Delmarva at the annual Sharptown Fire Department Carnival. I've never been here before, but as of last year they have one coaster, which is a Wacky Worm, and I mean, it's a Wacky Worm, but on National Coaster Day I gotta ride something, so I guess I'll have to stick with what I got. But this does look like to be an interesting carnival, or almost looks like a small little fair. with just like the rides and the food and everything like that. So let's head on inside and see what this carnival's all about. So the carnival only just opened a little while ago, but the lines are already huge. This is the line just for food. And we kind of like walked around a bit. There's like, so I think the place to get tickets is like way back there, and the line goes all the way to like right over here. So definitely a lot of people in line for tickets and food. Not so much line for rides. Like none of the rides have a huge line yet, probably just because people are in line for the tickets to get on the rides. For dinner, I got a crab sandwich, which was actually pretty good. Had a bit of both crunch and soft crab to it. But now I'm over here inside the main kind of barn where they have a few rides. We got a scrambler, slide, tilt-a-whirl, merry-go-round, a few small rides over there, and then their one and only coaster, a wacky worm. But it's National Coaster Day, gotta ride one coaster, might as well be this. These rides are much louder when you put them in a giant metal building. Did Wacky Worm. Happy National Coaster Day, everybody. I rode a coaster today, and it's a Wacky Worm. Can't really say much about it, other than, yeah, putting one of these in a giant metal building where all the sound bounces off each other. Yeah, bad idea. You gotta love an old janky Ferris wheel like this that's run on a tractor engine. So one interesting thing with the whole tickets is that the guy at the Ferris wheel just didn't really take ours. We offered to him, but he didn't really like take them. And then Wacky Worm, instead of taking two of them, only took one. So now we actually have a few more extra tickets, so we're gonna head on the slide, which is right over here. Although, again, talk about lines. I mean, there's no line right here, but take a look at the tilt-a-whirl. It goes all the way back to there. The longest line for a tilt-a-whirl I've ever seen. Also found one up here. Looks like they had the parts for like a rotojet type thing, but never actually built it. But that about wraps up my time here at the Sharpton's Firemen's County Country Fair Carnival thing. It was actually pretty nice. Like, a very nice little, like, carnival they have set up here, and all these buildings are here year-round, and I'm pretty sure the rides are even kept inside there year-round, and yeah, it's a pretty nice carnival. I wouldn't mind, like, coming back at maybe just once a year, and obviously it's a great place for, like, locals to come on by and just hang out with friends. This is much more local. You can tell it's all locally run, not, like, from some carnival group. But this is a pretty good National Roller Coaster Day, spending time in some of my home parks, whether that be my home park at Funland or this local carnival that's only open about 1 month per year. So if you like this video, make sure you like it. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to also follow at Blue Diamond Coasters on both Instagram and TikTok. And until next time, this is Blue Diamond Coasters. Later.